Before booking my trip to Leh Ladakh, I had so many questions. Is Leh Ladakh really worth the hype? Which SIM card works here? Is it safe to travel here alone? Does the hotels have Wi-Fi and does it work for real? Will I get altitude sickness even if I take Dimox? Which is the best time to visit Leh Ladakh? What is the best way to travel? Flight or bike trip? I have done both so I can answer these questions. And maybe you're asking these questions too. Because yes, the mountains are magical, but they are also unpredictable. And the truth is, Leh Ladakh is not just a destination, it's a challenge. Today I'm headed alone to the market to see the Losar celebration. So you have to say Losar Mubarak. It's like Happy New Year. And it's a Tibetan festival. It's like Tibetan New Year. The climate is really good. It's completely blue sky today. Sun is out. Mountains are clearly visible. I have to walk for 20 minutes. First thing, when should you go? Most people Google best time to visit Leh Ladakh and you'll read May to September. But that's not the whole story because May to June brings summer vibe, September brings calm skies and golden light, December to Feb gives extreme cold climate. So again, what kind of traveler are you? Do you love crowds or silence? Do you want green valleys or snowy passes? Here is the calendar from my experience. Winter, it's off season, there's heavy snowfall and extreme cold. So less crowd, the prices of hotel and travel are affordable, but some places might be closed due to extreme snow and bike ride is close to impossible. But in summer, there are clear blue skies, you can do bike ride, all places are open, but you don't see the snowfall and you also don't see the greenery. August to November, tourist season, extreme crowd, greenery is visible, but at the same time, the rates are extremely high for hotels, travel and rentals. There is so much crowd everywhere. Wait times are longer and all you see is people everywhere. If you have been following me, then you know that I avoid crowds. That's why I came this time in off season. But cherry on the top is that today I get to say Losar celebration. Never saw this anywhere else. Here in Leh, if you see, they take electricity directly from pole and their meters are right on the pole instead of in their house or somewhere. Yesterday I ate here, but since I ate the leftover food, I won't be eating anything now. Oops. So many people dream of coming here to disconnect, to find peace, or maybe just to tick it off the bucket list. But then comes the confusion. How do I get to Leh Ladakh? Bike or plane? Do I need permits? What do I pack? That's exactly the rest of the video is about. The things I wish someone had told me before I came here. Because Ladakh is beautiful, but it's not easy. It will test you and it will challenge you. There's tight security because of the festival. Behind me there are so many cops, army officers actually. Let's start with how do you reach Leh Ladakh? You've got two main options, fly directly to Leh or take the road trip of a lifetime through Manali and Srinagar. Flying to Leh will give you one of the most beautiful scenes you have ever seen during a flight. Since I have done bike trip from Maharashtra to Ladakh and a flight trip too, I feel flying is quick, but you feel the altitude hit you within minutes. Driving is long, but the journey itself is unforgettable. It's really challenging, it's not for everyone, especially if you are doing it for the first time like me, it will be really difficult. So what should you choose? It depends. Are you short on time? If you have enough money, go for the flight. If you're an adrenaline junkie who loves to do bike rides, then definitely go for a bike ride. Me personally, I brought my own bike and I have made a complete guide. Let's talk gear. What should I pack for Leh Ladakh? And the answer is simple but layered because here weather changes in minutes. It's summer, you can carry normal jackets, sweater, head covers, but in winter it's shade and it's really cold. You need extra layer of body warmers, fleece jackets, gloves, and lot of head covers. And it gets very cold at night in winters. You badly need electric blankets and heaters in your hotel rooms and a stronger will because it's not just what's in your bag, it's what's in your mind. Since I came in winter, I had to go for a shopping again in Leh market for correct pair of gloves and socks because I couldn't tolerate the chillness here.
Here to celebrate our Losar musical festival.
Irrespective of the time you choose to visit Leh Ladakh, the biggest question is, will I get altitude sickness? And the answer is most probably yes. Even if you are fit, even if you are young, even if you have traveled a lot, that's the thing about Leh, it humbles everyone. This time before reaching Leh, I had to take Diamox one day earlier. After reaching 2, I continued to take Diamox for next 2 days. When I came on bike, I didn't take Diamox, but I did get sick for a day when I took a bad decision of staying at high altitude without getting properly acclimatized. So go slow, drink a lot of water, have plenty of rest on first day. Your adventure doesn't have to start with a headache. My biggest mistake during the bike trip was about the SIM card. But it didn't matter back then because I took leave from office and I was driving bike almost every day. I didn't have energy to work at night. But this time I'm working and traveling. I couldn't afford to do same mistake. Which SIM card really works in Ladakh? Do you need to convert it to postpaid? I'm here to tell you what works and what doesn't. Hence you won't be doing the same mistakes. Any SIM card from other state will not work here. Porting to postpaid will also not work here. I converted my Geo SIM from prepaid to postpaid and it was a huge mistake. Now I will have to pay postpaid bill for next 6 months. Only prepaid SIMs activated in Leh work here. There are 3 SIM cards that actually have network: Airtel, Jio and Vodafone. Nothing beats the network coverage of Airtel in Ladakh. The speed is also really good. When you reach Ladakh, go to the Airtel shop in Leh market. They will give you a prepaid SIM card and it will start working in 10-15 minutes. You just have to pay for the recharge 250 to 300 rupees. Do not go into the hassle of porting to postpaid. I attended like 1 hour of concert. Now going back. My legs are hurting.
हम खुद बनाता है ना
कब का फोटो है वो?
5-6 साल पहले
5-6 साल पहले। ओके। अपने नूडल ये खुद यहाँ पे बनाया।
हम खुद बनाते हैं
So he makes all of his noodles himself here. I got my parcel. Meanwhile, I'm returning. The walk is really fun, but there is more cold air now. So it's little chilly. I had to stop and wear my mask and zip up. And I saw a really good taxi and it was like Mahindra Xylo, I think so, new one. And I asked him like how much he'll charge. Yesterday's guy was really good. He was really fun, but he can't go to Pangong tomorrow. I'll go in my hotel and talk with others who wants to join me. Maybe we can go to Khardungla today because it can be done in a single day, and tomorrow I'll try to do Pangong. So last day I can rest. Taking some good shots with my Insta 360.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go.
Just brought the noodles parcel and we'll be enjoying it. It's thupka actually. Handmade noodles and thupka. And a great view in front of me. Though I got network, but for my work I had to download huge files every day. That's when I needed Wi-Fi. Some hotels pause their Wi-Fi subscription during the off-season. Therefore, check with the hotel by calling before making any bookings. I have added some links which you can use to book the hotels at great discounts with great services. About the permits, Ladakh Tourism Board has made it compulsory to get permits. But since I came in off season, no one is checking it. But getting permits is very easy. Just go on the website, upload your ID proof, select visiting duration, select the places you are planning to visit, pay a small fees, and you get the document. And do not worry, you do not have to pay extra for selecting multiple places. You can select all the places and pay the same fees. Now download the document and keep it safe in your phone so whenever asked at the checkpost, you can show it. You might be having more questions, but here is the basics. Come prepared, come with patience, come with respect. Because this isn't just a trip, it's a pilgrimage for the soul. That is a reason why people fall in love with Leh Ladakh. Is it the landscape or the thrill of riding bike at 17,000 feet? Maybe, but for me, it's the stillness. The silence that says you don't need to chase anything here. Just be in the present. The kindness of locals who offer you help right from the airport to high up at the Khardungla or Pangong, which you will see in the next video. Ladakh makes you realize that you are just a tiny dot on this planet. I understood my insignificant as well as the importance of my peace within myself. And somehow that's not scary, it's liberating. Liberating me from the chaos and overthinking. Let me know in the comments what questions you have about Leh Ladakh trip and something that I might have missed. Do watch previous videos of Ladakh and stay tuned for the next video. Drop your thoughts below, like if it helped, and subscribe if you want more slow travel, remote work, and soulful journeys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, thank you for watching and travel safe.